Hi, I'm Greg. I live at the Hotel Cecil. I'm standing up here on the roof of the Cecil Hotel in front of the water tanks where 10 years ago, almost to the hour, Elisa Lam's remains were discovered in the water tank. And I just wanted to take you back and trace her path that she would have taken to get there, just to kind of show you how difficult it would be to do. Elisa would have taken elevator 1 to the 14th floor, but at present elevator number 1 is out of order, but here we're in elevator number 2. She would have pushed these buttons as seen in the famous video. Eventually she made her way up to the 14th floor where she exhibited the strange behavior that everyone saw in the viral video. And from there she made her way to either to the stairs or the fire escape, which is the official stories that she went up the fire escape. Okay, so these are the stairs leading up to the door to the roof. That had she taken this route, this is the route she would have taken. Up here at the first landing, there's a really nasty sign. It says all kinds of bad things that will happen to you if you go on the roof. And there's this newly installed camera, which I believe wouldn't have been here at the time of Elisa Lam. I think it was installed as a result of the lawsuit. So this is the final few steps. Here we are up to the door. Emergency exit only. Alarm will sound when door is open. Alarmed emergency exit. Alarm lock. And let's see what happens. Holy snap, I don't hear a thing, do you? Oh. Turns out it's turned off. That'll do it. Okay, now this is the top of the fire escape from the front building, the one that Elisa Lam would have used had she used that to access the roof. But you can see it's not something I'd like to do. It's rather precarious, but if this is the route that she took to the roof, then that's what she would have had to have climbed up. And this, if she was walking to the water tank from the fire escape, this is the path she probably would have taken. She would have noticed that there were stairs here, and I guess she would have figured that that was a good place to hide, and that she made her way up there to the water tank, and we all know the rest. Okay, well, assuming she left from the door from the stairwell, this is her probable path. The more I think about it, I think she went up these stairs, climbed that ladder, and went over and came down on the other side. The main reason being that it's just so difficult to get to the spot where the ladder, you get access from the ladder. It's really convoluted. There used to be stairs here, but now we have to kind of just climb the hard way. You can actually hear water flowing in the tank where she was found, which is this one right here. In order for her to get there, she would have had to navigate past this, climb over this, and go to a ladder, which interestingly enough has been removed. The ladder reaching, going to the water tank has been taken away for some reason. That's interesting. I'm standing at the spot where 10 years ago, almost to the hour, maintenance workers at the Cecil Hotel found the body of Elisa Lam floating face up in this water tank right here. At the time, the lid to the tank was off, it was ajar. They've since improved it to make it hinged and locked so that I guess this sort of thing won't happen again. Okay, now I'm standing at the spot where a hole was cut into the water tank to remove Elisa's body. You can still see the welds where they cut it out and replaced it. But it was this rather large hole which they subsequently replaced, and then I guess they repainted the tank too. But, quite a drop from here. So after months of investigation, it was determined that Elisa's death was indeed an accident. There was just no evidence to support the finding that anyone else was involved at the time. It just simply looks like she had a mental health crisis, specifically a psychotic episode related to her bipolar, and that just caused her to behave in a very unusual way that eventually led her up to the water tank on the roof. The only real question at this point is how she got up there. The official story is that she went up the fire escape, but I personally believe, just because it's a lot easier to do, I believe that she went up the stairs. The main argument against her taking the stairs up to the roof was the idea that once she got to the top, she would have tripped the alarm on the door. But I believe that in her state, she would have just disregarded that. And the Cecil, being the Cecil, probably would not have had any sort of response to the alarm had it gone off, even if it had been working. I believe that she just would have gone through the door. The alarm would have briefly sounded, it would have closed behind her, and no one would have noticed anything. Personally, I always feel a little uncomfortable when I go up here because the circumstances of what I believe the circumstances of her death were so horrifying. I just wish I'd like to find, if there was someone else responsible for her demise, and there still is room, as we noted earlier, for that to be the case, that hopefully some new evidence or someone would come forward and shine some light on that. But until then, we just have to accept the idea that it was a tragic accident, and what happens, mental illness is a very, very serious problem, and it kills people. And it kills people sometimes in very unusual ways. I just wanted to on the anniversary of her death, I just wanted to express my condolences to the friends and family of Elisa Lam. It's been 10 years, and I just couldn't imagine what it would be like to lose a child. So just know that you have my deepest sympathy. Well, when I was up on the 14th floor filming the Elisa Lam stuff, I stumbled across the coroner seal on the room of the person who has died the most recently at the Cecil. I went over to the coroner's website and I was able to get some information about the deceased. And it was a woman, 56 years old, and the cause of death is still pending. Rest in peace. So yeah, get your Cecil Water at cecilwater.etsy.com. It comes in 2 flavors. The Hotel Cecil Classic, which is from the old Stay on Main section of the hotel, where people complained about the taste of the water back in February 2013. And then I have a special supply of specifically from room 1419. Which is the room that Richard Ramirez was believed to have stayed in while he was on his killing spree back in 1985. It's turned out to be a really popular product. I'm afraid I'm going to run out of water before too long, but get Richard Ramirez water while it lasts. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because you're not going to get this shit anywhere else.